All right. Good morning. This is Wags, Chicago. Today is May 5th, right? 5/5/21. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what they tell us. Anyways, this is going to be creepy only because I see patterns. And hopefully, this is just a movie and not. We're going to say this is just like, let's create a new game. Let's pretend we're making a new video game called Doomsday Earth or something like that. It's a new, like the Sim Earth, Doomsday Earth or whatever, Sim Doomsday, something like that. And when I'm seeing patterns that I've documented since not this Saturday that passed, before that. I'm looking right now on the right here. Look, the first night I did this. Hang on. My internet would be quicker. It is, just for the record, April 24th. So April 24th, I started, because I checked the radar every day, not all day, but throughout the day. I'm like, wait a sec, I'm seeing all these helicopters that normally there'd be a couple over like Chicago, one over Chicago, maybe Milwaukee, but they're not up all the time. So I throw a video up at 11 o'clock at night. I was getting ready to shut all this down. I'm like, wow, that's weird. No or no, right? I mean, or yes or yes. Like, so then, here, stand by so you don't have to pause here. Hang on. So then, 5 days ago, I'm like, whoa, there's fighter jets. Like, you see one or two go across the country once in a while when they're moving them around. And then all the bases, you never see them because they don't publish, they don't put it out to us to see. So why were they letting us see that? That's right here. This is all on my recent uploads. So if you want to see these videos, you may want to. So then, looks like they're making an X pattern there too. Huh. So anyways, then go forward. Fighter jets over Oklahoma, Texas. We've seen them now going out to California with the NASA fighter jets. Like, really? Here, NASA wheels up 2 days ago. So I'm going back in time about a week, 10 days. Now we're up to 2 days ago. And then this is going to play into what I'm about to, hopefully is not true. But I saw this. The reason I even went on the radar, my neighbor's kids were here. And they were telling me, or not here, they called him on the phone. And then he came and told me, and then I talked to her on the video, that 3 people had witnessed at what was it, 4:40? 4:40 on this day, April 30th, up in the sky, they saw 3, what they call would be UFO because it's unidentified. They don't know where it's from, but it had lights, and then it was going on and off. Like you could see it come into focus with your eyes. 3 people. And now we have pictures surfacing around here. Other people saw it all around here. So I don't do UFO. Now I might, if they're related to these guys. All the dark arts planes been flying around, etc. So that's why I went to see this video or make this radar look here. So in the video, I noticed these weird planes. They left from 2 states south of here, a couple about 1,000 miles away. And they just so happen, one's coming up this way from the left, the other one's coming up from Kentucky on the right. And watch the theater right now. So I don't even know if I noticed at this point, but I'm like, they're making an X right over the Chicago area. And you look here, after they crisscross, They were on a straight line on an angle, making that X. The minute they made that X pattern, boom, they flew off. What? That's weird. Look at this X. Right over northwest Chicago area. The county is called McHenry County. It's just outside of Chicago. So that's going to play in a second. I'll tell you in a minute. So let's go over. Hang on. Here, stand by. Let me put something on this screen. Hang on. I almost forgot. I want to show you one of the other steps in here that I'm seeing with these fighter jets going back those few days ago. Right here, O'Hare Airport, for many hours, had no flights in or out of the city. This was a day after they ordered a bunch of police. They canceled their vacation suddenly the night before. Made them all come into work. 1,000+ cops had their vacation canceled, ordered in uniform, and then this was happening that day. So that was weird. And then we saw a blocked drone over Chicago. Really weird. Like, Chicago seems to be a weird area for this. You know what I'm saying? So, or you don't yet, but you're gonna. So then, where was it? Hang on. The Doomsday Plane. Where is it? One of these videos, the Doomsday Plane was up. Here it is. So I'm like, oh, that ain't weird. That was a week ago today. And it wasn't a normal Doomsday like flight that you can normally see. This one was blocked. And whatever reason, the tag that's over just the airplane's icon was still showing its radio name, which is a Doomsday Plane. That's the only reason I even figured that out. So it was blocked on the radar, blocked on the radio channel, and just by accident, the tag was on there. So nobody would even have seen this. So I probably didn't want you to see this. That's weird. And O'Hare was shut down. That's weird. All the cops were called in. That's weird. Nothing happened that day. So now fast forward to here. Let's hear this.
Liftoff 1 week ago of a bold mission by China to construct its own space station. There's the rocket Long March B5 carrying the crew module. It blasted off without incident.
So this big doohickey, which is they're making their own space, whatever, you know. This is twice the size of the big rocket that Elon's got. So it weighs 20 tons, I think they said. All right. So somehow that got lost in space. It's going to fall. That's not weird. Uncontrolled, by the way, which is a world record for the largest rocket to ever go uncontrolled coming back down to Earth. That's weird. Right? And then you got to hear this. Hang on.
This writer is Nicole Martillo, who has a piece up online about this, and so glad you could give us some time. Nicole, you have your eye on the sky. What's going on with this?
Look how they're this is a 20-ton thing. My question is, it's so large, what if there's something left in it? Because you know they're probably not building their own space station. Why would they send that thing into low Earth orbit? Twice the size of Elon's big one, by the way. It'd be a good way to move equipment around the world without anybody seeing it. Wink, wink. All right, listen.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, this is a great achievement for China. They're launching
Does she not seem excited for China? I'm just asking.
First part of their space station, and they're great, space presence.
This girl. No, I'm not gonna. This is a PG channel. Hang on.
Except that first stage, unfortunately, is they've scheduled it to have an uncontrolled reentry.
Did they? And the world don't have a problem with that? Anybody see a problem yet? Remember what I just showed you? And they got our airspace blocked for these guys for a month. Started about 10 days ago. Anyways.
And that is a problem because that's not
And stand by. I'm going to show you something really creepy in a minute.
typically what is done. It's best practice to, let the first stage either burn up in the atmosphere or you put in a different.
Why didn't it come right back down? Like, even if it's not controlled, it goes up. They could let it. Like, I see these always fall all the time back to Earth right after the launch. Isn't that weird? Somehow, this deal slip a dicky up into the sky and it just stayed up there. But it's not controlled. Really? Oh, I'm just stupid, right?
Part of the orbit. But unfortunately, China decided to let this one burn up uncontrollably in the atmosphere.
Do you believe that? And UN and the US and all these other countries that this thing could fall on didn't have a problem. Hey, China, you can't let it fall right after you launch it, let it come right back down. That's normally what it does. It launches up and falls into the water. Really? This one, the entire container went up and just stayed up in space. It can come down any minute now. Watch. I have a good feeling when.
And we don't know when exactly or where this will fall.
Don't know when?
Listen to where.
Don't know where? I mean, are we talking, it is in the next couple of days, but in terms of where, is it potentially dangerous to us in Canada?
Actually, fortunately for us, no.
And why do I got to hear about this from Canada? Like, every time I got to get a good news story, I got to go out of the country. Whatever.
The orbit right now is 41 degrees.
What was that? What the hell was that? I need that for my my channel. Anyway.
The orbit right now.
These guys got all the money in the world. I'm running off a freaking broken laptop, literally, and a tablet. But anyway, I think I got better video than these guys do.
Now is 41 degrees latitude.
Listen to where they're talking.
And so, we're at the 49th parallel and the lowest.
That's going to be New York City, left to right. That also includes Chicago. Listen.
Latitude that we have is 42, the 42nd. So thank goodness, this is not a risk for us.
But it is for America. Build back better, baby. They got build back better, baby. The 4 B's. They forgot the last B in their UN garbage. Davos. Oh, I hope this is just an accident.
Wait, this isn't the first time this has happened. We have 1979, the U.S. Sky.
Yeah, a little Skylab fell on that. That was probably a real accident.
Skylab fell and landed, parts of it landed in Australia in the outback. And even for China, last month, a part of their first stage rocket, actually pieces of it fell in the Ivory Coast, and people are concerned about this.
Yeah, were they testing it? Now they sent the big boy up?
But I actually spoke with Jonathan McDowell.
This, by the way, you don't understand. This is the largest rocket reentry cargo thingy in history. It weighs 20 tons. It's double the size of Elon's Heavy, which took his little car supposedly up into outer space. Whatever. That being said, this thing's ginormous. What if there's something inside it? That's all I'm asking. And then where is it going to fall? And it's really uncontrolled. It's been up there, 3 days now? And just floating around uncontrolled? My ass.
From Harvard.
Or not.
He had this to say about other concerns.
Don't worry about it. This is not something for you.
I'm not saying worry about it, prick. I'm saying where's it going to land? Because it's probably not landing where you're at in Canada or wherever the hell. So yeah, you're not gonna worry about it. But I just had an X put over my town, and what are the odds? And wait till I show you what I got to show you next.
For an individual to worry about, because the chance of you getting hit by something falling out of the sky somewhere on Earth, right? It's pretty
He's so funny. Look, why are these guys laughing like they know something, right? Am I just a prick? Oh my.
slim. And so, but it is a
He has that Billy Goat look when he's talking about the kids. How disgusting.
should be a concern for space agencies and space.
Or it could be a nervous laugh. You know, ever have like something really bad happen and you start like laughing because it's like, oh my God. Maybe he's laughing like that because there's a guy behind his desk pointing something at him. Say this, prick, read the script.
Lawyers and so forth about how we go forward, avoiding casualties from space debris or property damage.
Yeah, you know, it's good news for us. I mean, we saw something spectacular in March with SpaceX, and the pieces broke up over, the West Coast.
What? There's a lot of garbage accidents happening lately too. Isn't that weird? All right, stand by. Let me readjust my screen. All right. So I made this post this morning. If you guys ever want to just follow the news I cover, I post as on Facebook just as a news feed. That's it. So if you want to get news that you will see in your news 3 days later, a lot of stuff I catch from the world. I have different people that send me info, or I find whatever. Anyways, I posted this earlier. U.S. military is now tracking the China rocket, which they are. They announced that last night. Heads up, New York City. This is before I found out about the parallel, by the way. I made this as a joke, basically. Look out in New York City because in the back of that $100 bill, if you fold the new one up, it shows a big tidal wave blowing out a big city. It looks like New York, And remember a couple years ago, 2016, 17, 18 maybe, when we had that Russian subs that were going up and down the coast of America just outside the legal limit, you know what I mean? And there was rumors that it was one of the trenching ones. They have subs that could trench for the blade pipe or wire or whatever they put down there, or other tools. Right off the coast of New York, by the way. And nobody said nothing. Like, okay, that ain't weird. And then the $100 bill shows New York getting a tidal wave. Like, I don't know what that could mean. That just popped in my head. Anyways, see, when you think you got all this news in your head back for years. All right, not that any of this is all tying together. Just saying. Weird patterns. So check this out. Our government is blocking the airspace in Wisconsin, over here by between California and Hawaii, halfway there. Really? And I'll show you, the guy who posts this is an expert more than I am. Stand by. Okay. So earlier that day, this came out. This is the original post. Possible ICB in the letter M launch from Vandenberg AFB scheduled for tonight beginning at 12:06 p.m. Impact point in whatever Marshall Islands. That's weird. So if they're and then you can see they have an area here. Just out of curiosity, I don't know what this is blocked up here for because he didn't say, but Wisconsin, like, oh, and it's from May 5th, which is today, from 3:06 Eastern time. So it'd be 2 in the morning till 09. So what, 9 in the morning? So what were they doing? Like, what were they maybe expecting something to come down, or or is this tied to all of this? Like, why are they blocking airspace overnight? And just saying, there's weird things happening. I don't want to swear. So that's what one of those looks like when they're going up. That can go around the world, by the way. So that's why they're intercontinental. Like, and that, on my channel here, you'd see I report on the stuff that all the jets flying overseas too that we got. But anyways, back to this. Let me show you one more thing. Hang on. Yeah, wait. All right. So to wrap this up, just for this video, and the creepiest part is this comes out. You know how we're having this wood shortage, right? And all the wood skyrocketing. It's like $30 for a 2x4 now. It's $2 a year ago, whatever. I'm just making those numbers up, but I know it's something crazy like that. Why? I posted this earlier. Why would the deciders, look to your right, be hoarding the wood? Rumors been going around on the interweb in the research that the deciders are hoarding it. Now, we were saying this on the interwebs, but we can't report it because we couldn't prove it yet. But this is why things come out, because the news has to pick it up eventually because of the nobodies. Now it's not a rumor. The chickens are gone. Gas is rising. Hyperinflation's coming. Evictions times 18 million. Fresh homeless people are going to be hitting the street that didn't deserve it. War. We lost, by the way, 40% of our companies, but war about to break out all over the world. Taiwan and China and then whatever. USA people turning on each other. The mask, no mask. V, no V. And I go, is this 1940 replaying? It sure smells like it. You know what I'm saying? We're being reset. Well, you know what the reset is. And guess this word, build back better, it's not this goof phrase, even though he says it now. This was coming out of Davos. Uncle Klaus, build back better. The whole world is saying it. What did they do in World War II? All of Europe had to be rebuilt, right? Just saying. What you see going on around here lately in this country, and the money they're just spending it and they're printing it until we're gonna be totally broke, which we already are anyways. But why would they be? Oh my! Why are you hoarding this? Just like the flying metal things. Why are they hoarding those? They're very hard to find now, and it's very expensive if you can. It says here there's no shortage. Trainloads of lumber stacked as far as you can see. One of the most important things we learned over the past year is the vulnerability of the global supply chain, blah, blah, blah. The narrative touted in the public domain, it was always because of CV, right? Was it? We're being reset. Look at this. The narrator in the video, perhaps it's Ken, but we're not sure, explains that a train depot has been transformed into a makeshift lumber yard. He said train loads of lumber coming out of Canada are offloaded there and then tractor trailered out. Really? Oh my. Oh my.
I stumbled on this yesterday and just I just felt I needed to show you this video. It's amazing. A lumberyard. It's actually a depot.
He's right. As far as you can see, it's stacked. Oh my.
Trainloads of lumber coming out of Canada, and they offload here, and then they're transported by tractor trailer to different lumber yards. This lumber goes on for over a quarter of a mile, maybe 3/8 of a mile.
3/8 of a mile stacked high lumber, and you guys are paying what for a 2x4? Why are they hiding it? Oh my. To build back better? Huh? Anyone? Who's gonna need this wood?
I'm just astounded at how much lumber is here, and I'm wondering why there's such a problem at the lumber yards. We're still seeing the prices increase at the lumber yards. So I'm not sure why. Wish I could understand that a little better.
Look, he's driving. Look how far he's driving.
From an overhead door company.
All right, I'll put a link. I'll find his video. I got to get to the link. I'll put it in the description. Give him credit for this. You can watch it. It's a long video. It's 10 minutes. So I hope this gives y'all something to think about. Are we being really tricked to this level? And then what? I just hope none of these patterns are what it may look like. But for the record, it's on the record. This is Wag Chicago. I'll be back.